Over the top. Nice high pass for Breto. Tries to squeeze that one. Maffei has it. Going for the end zone. Schmidt catches the score to level us up at 1 apiece. The same red as those jerseys. Oyana rips this one deep, it's blading towards this sideline. Defender underneath it, and Canada almost got it on the second attempt. Nice. France not quite at half field yet, but that will take them past. Crossing Schmidt over to play some defense. And now he's marshalling their D-line offense down the line. Richet wanting to play that one towards the far side. Bid comes in. You admire the attempt, but almost too much of Priou there. Wu looking, again resetting. Very patient here from the Canadians, trying to isolate that front part of the field. And De Bruyne shooting towards the back of the end zone. Brilliant rising grab made. Again, France turn in the red zone, but this time Canada finally able to make it count. They had enough chances, and eventually France were made to pay. Mate, everyone set up quite a way downfield for the French. Would give them some decent yard gaining passes on the undercuts, as we've seen there. Breto dissing off. Nice little slip pass to the handler coming through, rolling the wrists around it.
Not in the end zone just quite yet.
What will Brichet put out of the locker? Just a little backhand, ever so slightly behind Pechard, but he kept his focus well, and France cut the deficit in half to 3-2.
Quentin Pechard out of Blois.
He takes off deep. Might have got thrown to, but it also does help clear out space for that offense. Swung to Stonehouse. Down the line pass. Looking for the continuation deep. I'm not sure whether Stonehouse was ready and waiting for it, but he is. Tries to toe the line as well. So goal does stand. Lovely little bit of toe drag swag there from Stonehouse. It's been representing in trying to shoot this one down the sideline. It's floaty. Nice help defense there. And Mate will check it in. Looking for the reset. Oh, this pops up a little bit, but brought down with aplomb by the Canadians, although I'm not sure whether or not it was in bounds, and it was not. And Breto thinks a little bit about using that. Defender slips downfield, seeing that a bit more today with the overnight rain than we have done this week. France already advanced it to just about level with the attacking Brit mark, and a beautiful shot right down the sideline. Schmidt, Canada pinned deep in their own end zone. Did surrender a Callahan to New Zealand, although none on this occasion. They've worked that out assuredly. Here's the rip from Suzuki. Can they get underneath it? The bid doesn't quite get there from McCall. Had visions there maybe of the highlight reel play. Pretty much everywhere I've been that uses that call indicates that we're switching to a match defense. France not so far outside the end zone, and not outside the end zone at all anymore. Squeezing that one. Yeah, they're getting away from the disc now. That's a low throw. Brilliantly, superbly, immaculately rescued there by Gunasekara. Now here's Suzuki winding up for this arcing blade across the top. It comes down with snow on it, but that's not a problem for the guys from the Great White North. White headband, keeping his hair out of its face. His bright white socks, contributing to a very clean French look. This one always a little bit of a teaser. Not a problem though for Arthur Breto. Back to Mate. Sees the option, coming to the open side. Just checks it ever so slightly to tap those toes inbound. Breaks around. This will be a little bit of a chase on. Not a problem for Gunasekara. We've already seen that spectacular saving layout. Still count getting up a little bit high, so goes into the backfield. De Bruyne provides that option. Canada shooting to the end zone, and their aim is dead-eye. A little bit. And Miller, off balance, gives up that upline pass.
You can tell the field is a little slippery for the players today, but this is an errant throw. Intercepted by Canadian defense. They immediately strike deep.
Finding it downfield. Canada trying to restore that 2-point advantage they saw earlier in the game. Gia trying to put this one into space. Jumped into the end zone by Louis Ying. Past the bidding French defender. And they have got that 2-point advantage back. It is 7-5 to Canada now. It looks a little bit clustered and crowded. So he goes back to Mathé. He wants to swing into the centre. There's Breton. France happy to concede a little bit of field position just to keep the disc moving here, ensure they retain possession, and it opens up the break side, and it is ripped in to Canton Péchard. Stonehouse calmly going around the back to Wu. Here's the rip from Team Canada. Stonehouse is the target. He tracks it well, pops up and brings it down with a left hand. Goes for the big chest bump with Suzuki. Doesn't get in instead. They reset to Wu in the center of the pitch. Going back towards that open side. With the flick force here from France. Gunnar Sekera, into the end zone and is dropped by Oyonnax.
France is knocking on the doorstep as they could score the first break of the second half.
That would blow the game wide open again. Breton. Back to Mathé. This is patient. Just a little bit of edge on that one. To Péchard. Tries to thread it through. Not quite in the end zone just yet. But that one's going to work. Stungwinek with the goal. And it's a French break. Just one behind now. Force gets there, but does concede the break to Stonehouse. Turns, you can see that he's trying to make the eyes with Suzuki. Suzuki gets free past the bidding defender, and just the drop there from Gunnar Sekera. Brichet faking that shot down the line. France trying to get their offense organised downfield. Still count rising, rolls the wrist across it. Crazy athletic bit, but it doesn't get there, and now they're shooting down the sideline again. And France find that window. Schmidt is so accurate. There is a call. It's got to be close whether he got that off. I could not hear the stall count, so I could not tell you A, how fast it was, or B, whether he got it off in time.
But look at that defensive effort from Galland.
Schmidt likes those little high release throws, just drifting that on the wind. Now he's going to collect one in front of Galland. Here's the hammer over the top towards the weak side. Suzuki can't get there. Péchard will get his goal whether you like it or not. France tied up at 8. That's just the quality of the French throwing. Schmidt picks up. Oh, Mathé was the target. No, Herberto, excuse me, but it's a hand block on the mark. McKee resetting, trying to get it central. Now they stop, turn, go back towards this side where McKee has it. Trying to get wide in his stance. Giard. Ooh, the first one, it just pops through the Canadian hands. Another unforced error for the Canadians. This time it's Ayar. Mathé.
Still meters to be run. Schmidt gets open for the upline finally.
And he's going to look big. We haven't seen France huck it too much this game. But when you can throw it like that, why wouldn't you? Priou misses the kick spike on the first attempt, but gets it on the second.
Be it the 15-point hard cap.
Although with that 100-minute mark just under 20 minutes away, if one side gets to 15 here, it would require a very stark change in fortunes. Oh, another miscommunication from the Canadians, that time between Oyonnax and Wu.
Now this is now incredibly unfortunate for the Canadians.
Schmidt popping it off. Can it be hopped in? There's a pick downfield. I'd be surprised if that affected the throw, and the goal stands. Brichet jumps it in. That's now a 4-point run for France. They are up 10-8.
That was great calmness and great body awareness on that last point.
Central rises a little bit. Suzuki catches regardless. De Bruyne Redirects traffic over towards the far side for Galon, blading into the end zone. This time De Bruyne gets it. Canada finally stopped the bleeding at 9-10. Now, can they find a way to break the French?
Over the top options.
Yeah, we have seen it at points. It's just maybe a little suggestion, a whisper of wind going towards the camera and right to left. Chere was thinking about something creative, but to the way.
Transition out of Canada.
We've got one-on-one now. Mathé down the sideline. Here's Delechat. Floats one into the end zone. Almost an indoor-style coat hanger cut. Delechat comes to one side, plants, goes towards the other.
French pull not quite as far as the Canadian one in the previous point.
Yeah, the stands and the crowds filling up here in Poland. Down the line, this is going to be a really tough catch to make. He's being called out.
He hardly could have had it in perspective.
I'd have to look at that in super slow-mo to work out exactly where his toe was when he caught it. I think that's good.
Call it a contested call.
Yeah, looking at the replay and it's like, we're still not sure, let's just contest it and send it back. Sometimes even with further analysis, contest is still the result.
So Canada to keep possession. They center immediately. And another miscommunication. That one intended for Stonehouse. Canada move quickly the other way.
Jogging it quickly to the front of the end zone. Taking the reset backwards. Pachard. To Urban. Coming towards the open side. Brichet with the score, with the break.
Brichet as well in the deep space, just hanging out with Stonehouse. Canada does what I asked them to do. They go over the top straight away, getting a huge gainer down the near sideline. Forcing France to transition, and what a shot into the end zone. That one was a little too much. Ground flickering in the opposite direction. So the wind is swirling all of a sudden. And here is the defense from Stonehouse. Second chance for Canada. Stonehouse reels it in. Bookends for Oscar Stonehouse.
Yeah.
Stonehouse gets rewarded for doing his best to help his former high school team during their season.
Schmidt to Breton. Oh, this is floaty, this is dangerous. A hospital pass. Players clatter underneath it.
But it looked like two French players to me from that shot.
I'll tell you what, I thought for the first angle that McKee got there first for Canada, but looking at it again, it does feel pretty simultaneous.
Sort of a redemption chance for France there. That was a spicy throw.
And a miscommunication on the reset gives Canada the chance to break. How they need this. Going down the sideline, too far for Gunnar. Couldn't even put the bid in. Adjusts the grip, goes back to Mathé.
French really spreading this vertical stack all the way into their own end zone, not even thinking about the deep shots, just happy to take these mid-length passes.
And they're giving their handlers so much space to work with. Going up line into the end zone, past the bidding defender. 13-10 to France as Guillon bans the ground in frustration. It'll be game to 14. Wouldn't be adverse to an over-the-top shot here. Canada going back to the back of their end zone.
Again, a lot of traffic around the disc. Canada now finally spreading it wide. This one's high. French defender gets in the way.
On the sideline, away from us, Melvin Brichet had a very good game as well. A couple of goals and a couple of assists. But a stall count rising here. And uncontested stall. But Canada getting back into a little bit of offensive rhythm now. Sits down as he throws it, does Miller, but it ends up on point. That one's a little bit overthrown. Two Canadian receivers bid. No. And timeout called by Malvin Schmidt.
Knowing that they have that extra timeout to use in the second half is surely a great consolation to these French players. They have
going into the backfield for Brichet. Brichet to Schmidt here. Schmidt just pops that one, milking it towards the end zone. Not just quite there yet. Down the line, France in the final. 14-10 over Canada.